This video will highlight 8 small changes that have been made to eyeon Software's Fusion 6. We'll begin with a look at Loader's File Browse dialog, which has several small changes, such as the ability to rename the folder name for a favorite bookmark. Additionally, we can turn on a thumbnail view, which allows us to see a thumbnail image of all of the folders or images in a folder. That'll show us metadata associated with that clip, as well as the ability to apply a gamma adjustment or to toggle between RGB and alpha. Once we select the image, we are also able to adjust the thumbnail size and then import that into our composition. Now this is an R3D file from the Red camera, and if we look in the format options, we can see we have a wide range of color grading options for this format, including exposure compensation, gain for RGB, saturation contrast, and ISO and gamma curve. If we turn on the proxy mode in Fusion, we'll actually decode the image to the target resolution. This significantly reduces CPU usage and file I/O, improving frame rate. Now, when making a color pick selection, a dialog showing the red, green, blue, and alpha values will appear next to the mouse pointer. Additionally, it's now possible while picking to hold the Control key down and drag a box. This now sets a region of pixels from which the selection will be made. The values of the pixels within the region will be averaged together to produce a result. Here's a little trick that makes it easier to make the correct connection between two tools in the flow. Hold Control down while making the connection, and a menu will appear with all of the available inputs on that tool. This makes it easier to select the exact connection you're looking for. This is particularly valuable with tools like Cook Torrents, which have 6 different inputs. So when I make the connection, it's very easy to connect directly to the specular intensity material without having to hover over and analyze each one of the inputs to see what it is. To reduce visual clutter, the navigator display in the top right corner of the flow is now automatic. It will only appear when there are tools outside of the visible canvas of the flow. Use the V keyboard shortcut to toggle the navigator on and fix it on, or to toggle it off again. Using the V keyboard shortcut will disable the auto navigator, which will have to be turned back on again using the Options menu. Holding the Alt key down now allows you to adjust the position of the selected control without directly clicking on the control. So for example, in this case, I'm adjusting the center simply by holding Alt down and dragging. Because the center is the currently selected control, it's the one that gets adjusted. When an adjustment to a composition takes longer to render, an artist can often lose focus and miss the moment when the screen updates. To help prevent that, Fusion now provides a progress indicator on the mouse pointer, which will tell you exactly when that render thread is about to complete. You can now modify the Fusion toolbars so that they can contain scripts, macros, and settings, as well as the traditional tools. In this case, we'll add a setting for an initial 3D setup, which I'm going to rename to the icon to 3DS so that it will fit in the toolbar. We drag that and drop it into the toolbar. This time we'll use the toolbar at the bottom where I keep my flow-specific functions. For example, I've also previously added a script to align my tools vertically. And so that's 8 of the smaller changes that have been made to Fusion 6. Stay tuned for future videos, and thanks for joining us.